Hi guys, welcome to this week's episode of the Let's Talk AH podcast. I am Moo.
Holla. Ali.
And we will be your hosts for this week. Alright, so... right, the first video was of course Monday's video, which was GTA Watersports. How did you guys find that? That was quite comical.
Why did I go bold? It was Gavin's birthday, if anyone didn't realize.
Well, only half of it was Gavin's birthday, and then the other half they started a week later, so...
Oh, I didn't know that!
Yes.
Oh.
It was a very funny Let's Play. I kind of enjoy when they take a break from heists, because I love heists, but heists require a lot of attention.
I want a Lindsay heist so bad.
Oh, yeah.
Lindsay heist would be awesome. Yeah. But,
I'm pretty certain I watched Fails of the Week this week, but... Was there a Fails this week?
I don't
know. I don't watch the fails.
Yes, there was a Fails. Oh. There's generally always a Fails. I love the Fails. They're mostly... What are they? All Halo, right?
Anyway, back to the video. Sorry, I'm just going to hurt you all.
Back to the video.
I enjoyed the video until I got to the very last race, and then I just about died. I couldn't breathe. The corkscrew race between the piers, it was fantastic.
Yeah, that was... I really wish I could play that map. That was about the funnest thing I've ever seen, as far as GTA maps go.
I laughed because I finished it, and Jeff was like, "Oh, I don't remember it being that straight." Just like... It was... Everyone kept getting stuck. I think Jack did get stuck. Between two... Or was that Michael that got stuck?
All of them at some point have probably gotten stuck at that one, because that was ridiculously hard. And it was so funny because Jeff didn't even know how to do it, and he built the map.
Jeff was like, "Oh, I built this map and I can't tell where I'm going."
It's like, oh god, no. No.
But they just got the whole thing, and they kept blowing themselves up and then spawning again, just being like, stuck on something. Yes.
Well, when they could not get over that one ramp, I don't know what part that was, the ramp where it was like on land and you had to skate across the land to get back in the water.
Yeah.
I think that was the second map, and it was a bridge, and you had to get enough speed up to get over the bridge, and lots of them kept getting stuck on the bridge. And
then they kept blowing up their boats on the bridge so that the other players couldn't get past them. It was like, this is the most ridiculous pile-up I've ever seen. All of because 3 inches of land. Yeah.
It was quite... I think I prefer GTA games when they... to do the videos in. Nice stuff funny, but all the videos I've seen that they've done the maps...
Yeah.
Were just fantastic.
Yeah, who knew that Jeff was such a great map creator?
Really? Who would have thought?
Okay. And this week's go.
This week's go was fun.
Actually, quite long for a go.
Yeah, it was really long, and it was also like really neck and neck, quite expertly neck and neck.
Yes.
I did like Jeff was just kind of like, "Hey, we're doing YMCA this week," so the guys are just switching between games as quickly as they could.
Yeah. I do find it interesting that he didn't try to do anything with the letters, YMCA, but instead with the picture of the guys dressed up as the different characters.
But that would make more sense.
Yeah.
Because you can't really interact with signs in most games, they're just textures on buildings.
Yeah, it's true.
Or they're non-destructible, so you can't mess with them. So, it was just them trying to find like, was this character in this game? And then going through and trying to find parts of the games where they maybe remember the characters. I think the funniest bit was both Ryan and I think it was Michael were in Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Trying to get the Indian.
Yeah.
And they just could not find one. They couldn't find one. And they ended up switching to a fighting game, I think, or Ryan did.
When they said, get all these characters, I literally sat there and I went, I have never played a game where I've killed any of these characters other than Red Dead, where I think you kill one cowboy. That's it. Like, I've never played any of these games. So...
I'm just like, what? I was trying to figure out, what games I play. I was thinking about what games I could play to do that. And I was like, I have Deadpool.
Gavin went into Hitman.
I have
This week's Let's Build is Mega Tower 2.
Sorry about that. Okay, let's move on. What were we on?
We're now on Let's Build Mega Tower 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my god, the Dan Jizz stuff. Oh my god.
Oh, just
stuff about Dan and sex. Why did people do that? Why were they doing that to themselves?
I don't.
Gavin did make me laugh, and he was like, right, and you hear that, and you just think, oh my god, what's he going to say next? And he just goes, you could do anything awesome, or anything in the world, but at night, like, I remember it's someone has to sleep with your mum, and it was like some obscure example of another man, or if they don't do this, you don't wake up in the morning, and they were just like, what, would that be an issue?
Yeah. It was really disturbing conversation. Any conversation that begins with those two always ends up disturbing.
Especially the one of you'll get $500,000 for the rest of each year at the completion of your. But every time Dan comes, it deposits itself in your mom's stomach. I was just like, whoa! What did you just even do there?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I was eating. I was like eating, and I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna be sick. It's disgusting.
It's like, I was clicked out into the window waiting for my university results when I was watching that, and I just heard that, and I was like, what? I was half paying attention, and no.
Yeah.
So, it was quite interesting to see them building this thing and then figuring out that they hadn't quite figured out exactly how the game was going to work. They were still discussing how that would work out.
I know. Their whole plan was, let's build a giant skull on the ground. Oh yeah, we need to make it a game.
Oh yeah, we need to make it a game. But it's one of those things, so.
And while you're looking for that, me and Ali can talk about the Jeopardy too.
Yay!
Okay,
Jeopardy!
Alright, I shall be right back.
I want to kind of like prefix this by saying that in the UK, I don't think we have Jeopardy specifically. We have game shows that play like Jeopardy, like we've got Mastermind, Eggheads, Blockbusters, kind of thing like that, but nothing specifically Jeopardy, so it was my first time experiencing that. So I was as confused as Gavin was.
I've watched that show my entire life, and it is hilarious to watch other people try to figure out things that I already know. Which is, Gavin was probably the funniest, because he was just like, I don't understand what's going on. But just watching them all struggle for questions, and then having the power where you know the answer.
I just laughed at Jeff in the background, just dying every time he knew the answer.
Yeah, that was the best.
I did laugh that Ryan just dug himself into such a hole with that first one. He's like, oh, I'll wager everything. And he got it wrong.
Well, Gavin doing the same thing. I was like, no, Gavin, don't listen to peer pressure. You are going to get this wrong, and then immediately getting it wrong.
Bet the $5, and he just no. I was like, oh my god. I loved that every time there was an animal category, Gavin was like, animal!
Yeah.
And Jack just completely owning that game. Jack did so well.
Yes.
I think Jack ended up winning, didn't he?
I'm pretty sure, yes.
Yeah, because they got down to that final question.
And then Gavin
knew the answer, but he picked the wrong one.
Yeah.
And Ryan's face was like, oh, it's geometry, and he was like, no! Because he knows geometry, apparently.
Who knew?
Yeah. It was very funny, especially when the minigames come in and everyone else apart from Jack was like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And Jack was like, yeah, I got a shirt. It's the same shirt!
Yeah.
And
I love that the new Tuesdays are their game show night. It's like the best. Game shows are so much fun.
It seems like they're rotating through the guys.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting the next one to have Lindsay.
Yeah.
Or one of the other guys, Caleb or
Caden. I would not mind Carrie or Caden in one. I would mind Caleb a little bit just because he cheats every time. Or at least he screws something up every time. It's like accidental, and I'm just like, what are you doing? Every time he's in a Let's Play, it's like, oh, something went wrong.
Exactly.
Oh dear.
Also, I'm back. I can't find it. I'll find it afterwards.
Oh, okay. Well then, how about we move on to Reverse Race?
Yes, Reverse Race.
That was kind of fun. I would want to do that for Let's Play myself.
Yeah.
Really fun. I spent the whole time laughing. At first I was like, what are they doing? Like, are they going to ride the motorcycles backwards? And then when they actually started, I realised they were doing it into oncoming traffic.
Yeah, that was...
It was like,
that's when it got
perfect.
Funny.
It's like, this is perfect.
Yes, it was fantastic. And I have to
say...
I
was trying to figure out what was the best. Was Michael or Gavin and Jack on the bike, and Gavin was like, "Oh, I'm getting some awesome camera angles from you."
And then they just like straight up hit Ryan.
Yeah, that was.
There was a lot of them running into each other.
Yeah, there was. There was a lot of that. I love that Ryan, who died, got caught up to Gavin and Jack because they were so slow.
Yeah.
Didn't he shoot them?
Yeah.
Was that Michael that shot someone?
I think it might have been Michael. I don't know. They were like. Somehow there were guns. I was like, wait, you guys aren't supposed to pull out guns. That's not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
No, I did laugh when Ray and Jeff got to the single lane. They were like, "Oh my god, it's getting harder."
It's getting harder.
I love that. The only reason I think it was Jeff that won. The only reason Jeff won was because he was behind Ray because they both died at the exact same point. Like they both reached the same corner of traffic and they both failed.
I think he also might have driven into that traffic at that point, though, when he realized he won. So it's just like one of those, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very funny.
Okay. Stomping Land. So let's go.
It was so good!
It might have been my favorite Let's Play since they
Jack,
did.
Lindsay,
since they did.
Jack, Lindsay!
Yeah, that was just absolutely hilarious. I have never seen that game before, but I want to play it so badly.
I think they mentioned it was pre-beta, so it's not quite. I'm assuming they got invites because they are awesome.
But just them running into random people and the people stealing them was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
That was
awesome. It was just like, wait, what just happened?
Just the player one-eye guy just in the chat like, "I'm stealing you," and the guy's like, "What's going on?"
Well, Jeff just being like, "Who
I'm
grabbed
sorry,
me?"
my friend likes to steal people.
Jeff just being like, "Who grabbed me? Oh my god, I'm being stolen by a separate player." Was about the funniest thing I've ever seen. Just the realization.
Like, "Oh no, it's guys!"
And then,
and the guys were originally just like, "Oh, we'll come and find you," and then they just kind of gave up.
Yeah.
And then there's Ray the entire time towards the end of it, he's just laying in his hut.
And then, like, it was just great because then it was like the characters, the other people were like, where are your friends? And he's like, they're not coming for me. They're just not coming.
I just laughed because those guys are going to look back now and they're going to find this figure and just be like, holy shit. Because at the time they didn't know that they were playing with the achievement hunters.
Yeah.
So, they were like, "Oh, my friends aren't going to come to me, you don't know who they are," and just Jeff, just like, "You'll never find me again, you've only got one eye, you've got bad depth perception." And I was creased up, I just couldn't stop laughing.
That whole, like, the beginning was good because, they're running around, but that ending with all the different people, it was just the best thing ever. I would love to see them play it again later when there's more people on.
I'm surprised that, with, Lindsay being in there and her getting stolen, I'm surprised Michael wasn't like, "Lindsay, no!" Cause, let's get married.
Yes.
I did. It was very funny watching them. It was a bit of a slow start because they'd never played this before that point, so they had no idea what they were doing.
It reminded me a lot of the zombie game that's very similar. I can't think of the name of it right now. But,
is that DayZ?
Yeah, DayZ. It reminds me a lot of DayZ. They're very similar. But it's at a point right now with the dinosaur game where it doesn't look like there's Stomping Land. It doesn't look like there's that many people on. So you don't have the same problem that DayZ is having where you have so many people on that already have weapons and everything that you just die immediately. The only problem in Stomping Lands is the dinosaurs. So that's nice.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs are terrifying.
Dinosaurs are... So they're just awful. They're dicks, the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And we're just like,
dick.
Yeah, they were like...
I just like that, Linda was like, oh, do you have a name of that one? And Jack just pipes up, spiky-headed bastard, and then everyone else like Saurus Rex at the end of it, as it's specifically named.
It's a good name. Just them running from these huge dinosaurs was the best thing ever. Just like to see these creatures come and just stomp on them and they're dead. It was very
stomping
realistic.
lands.
It was most of the middle part of the video was just, oh look, I died.
Yeah.
Which is, as any gamer will know, that's quite a common thing to say when you're playing a new game.
Yeah.
Oh, I died.
Oh look, I died.
Yeah.
Okay, versus
speaking-
67, which
Yes.
was Ryan and Jack.
Yes. Which...
Jack won, I think.
No. I'm trying to think.
No, I'm really sure Jack did win.
Versus? No.
Versus.
Versus or go?
Versus.
Versus.
We're on versus. Ryan won.
Yeah. Jack won go, right? Or Ray?
Which one's the one that does the pizza pie? Is that Go?
Yes.
That is go.
Alright, no, that's me getting mixed up. My fault. I'm a terrible host.
No, you're
Versus.
wonderful host.
Yeah, Ryan
Versus
won.
was they tried to find a typing game that Ryan couldn't find a typing game.
So they just played, what's it called? Oh, what's that
They
game
played
called?
Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs looked really good.
Yeah, it
so
does look
far.
like a good
Oh
game.
yes, that was comical. They had to kill each other.
Yeah.
First to 5 kills.
Which is a terrible
And they
thing
spent
because
most of the game.
Jack is the worst first-person shooter that I've ever seen. And it's absolutely the funniest thing I've ever seen. Just to see him miss like 100 times in a row. And just be like, how did you manage to miss him that many times?
Mm-hmm.
Then they resorted to just trying to kill each other with the cars and a fire truck.
The fire truck.
Just. Then when they went right past each other, just kind of like, oh wait, hang on, I've got to turn around. And
Yeah.
that was...
I love how just like Ryan just like keeps sniping him with like a pistol or some shit, and it's just like ha ha ha. It's like team, same voice, going against each other.
Yeah.
That's one of those things like. That's one of those things I just get every now and again when someone's like, it's team,
I
same
just like to
voice.
say, Michael at the end of that video was probably the funniest thing. Just the voice he does.
Mikey.
I'm little Mikey. I was just like, oh my god.
It's like, oh god damn it.
Yeah, that's always the weirdest thing, to see him be all like childlike. I'm like, you are the opposite of innocent. You can
just
stop
kind of
trying.
forget how baby-faced he is though. He's
Yes.
very baby-faced.
He does. He has the most childish face out of all the guys. Just saying something.
No. Alright, you guys are going to have to talk about this next one, because I hadn't watched
Right.
it. That would be the Let's Play Dead Rising 3 Arcade with a super long name.
I will be honest, I never wanted to play Dead Rising because I'm just not a huge fan of killing zombies. But this arcade version, this DLC, looks amazing.
Dude.
I would almost buy the game just to get the DLC, because it looks like so much fun. With the people that you have to rescue that are little help signs, and the freaking arcades that are in random locations. It looked like so much fun.
I know, I did watch the first 10 minutes or so, but it's just not a game that's interested me at all. So, I have not played that.
I like it looks interesting. I have a problem with zombie games. Like they get too blasé after a little while for me that I just get angry at trying to play them through, and I'm just like, god damn it, why am I even playing this shit?
I do like Dead Rising because it reminds me of Left 4 Dead, where it's like, there's no real storyline here. I mean, there is. You have your basic, oh, I'm killing zombies to save the world kind of spiel. But it's not like anything intense. It's more like a game you play with your friends, which is what I loved about Left 4 Dead, which is like, it's like a game where you're just basically getting in a room with your friends just to kill zombies, only not versus each other, which is the problem I always had with games like Call of Duty and stuff. It's like, you're playing against someone, but with Dead Rising, it seems like you're playing with people.
Yeah. I haven't had a chance to play Dead Rising, but, Ray with all of his comments on him being a girl.
Yeah. I don't know why he seems to choose girls' characters sometimes. Him and Jack, like, will always choose the girl characters, which I find very humorous. Because it's like, sometimes I try to like say, oh, you know, they look kind of like their characters. And then with Ray and Jack, it's like, oh, okay, well, that kind of ruins my theory. Like, Gavin with his whatever guy,
Yeah.
That was, like, the funniest thing. To see him, like, just randomly swinging a bat every once in a while. It's like, that was not a very useful power, and I understand why you switched.
Okay, so who watched the Rage Quit in the Impossible Game Level Pack 4?
I watched the Rage Quit because someone posted in the chat and was just like, you have to watch this week's Rage Quit. Even if you're not doing the podcast, you have to watch this week's Rage Quit.
That was amazing. I absolutely loved it. I loved that whatever part, like, through the middle, he's, like, jumping, and he's like, I can't even get past this. I wonder what I'll be at after I have 2,000 deaths. And then it immediately skips to 2,000 deaths. It was like,
yeah.
How did you play for that long?
He probably just, like, put the remote down and then walked away and got a drink and just kept bumping into the first
possibly, yeah,
square. Because, you know, there's no having to press yes to continue. You just continue. It just happens.
Yeah.
But I quite enjoyed this Rage Quit because the Impossible Game Rage Quit is originally what got me into Rooster Teeth and Achievement Hunt in the first place.
Me too.
I had a friend on Tumblr who I met on DeviantArt originally, and she said, hey, you want to watch this video? It's really funny. And that was obviously the first video I watched of Michael, or any of the videos, and it made me laugh so hard I was actually in pain.
Yeah, I remember that. It was on Tumblr. I remember seeing a video posted of it, and I clicked it, because back then I used to click every video I ever saw.
Yeah.
And I clicked it, and I was like, oh my god, this guy is absolutely... Well, first of all, I was like, man, he's so mean. And then, like, I was like, I'm not sure that I want to watch anything else of his. And so I never ended up watching from that point on. I went and watched Let's Play later, but I never watched another Rage Quit. And then, it wasn't until later when I realized that so much of his anger is actually a joke that I went back and watched it. But it was funny. That was the first video I ever watched, unless you include Slow-Mo Guys.
I think the first video I ever watched happened to be... I think someone posted a link under something that was like, I was like, who the fuck is Gavin? Why is he screaming? I was one of those. And I was trying to figure out why Gavin was screaming, and then someone's like, here, I'll show you. And so I watched, the first things I watched was Minecraft.
Yeah, me too.
And I was like, I need to play Minecraft. I need to play Minecraft really bad.
Yeah, those original Rage Quits, those original Impossible games were the fun. Like, I can still go back and watch the first Impossible game and cry with laughter. Because just him hitting those blocks over and over and over again is just the funniest thing ever. His complete anger makes everything possible.
I watched the first Rage Quit and I spent about a week whilst I was still at, going in and out of college, just watching all of the Rage Quit videos up to that point.
Yeah.
Up to, like, the most recent video they had when I first started watching. And then I went on from there and started watching all the other stuff. I've still got off more of the shows, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah, it was just the ending. The ending of that video, though, I was like, oh my god. And just silent. Just, oh look, I beat it.
I was so impressed when he beat it. Me and Grace were laughing. We were like, it would be the funniest thing ever if he was a block away from the finish and he died. Like, that would be the crying with laughter phase. Because...
The thing is, though, it looks like you can't tell, because they were showing the video and he was still doing the jumps, but then while there were still blocks coming up, it faded out to black.
Yeah.
So I don't think you'd have been able to tell otherwise, and the guy's like, oh, congratulations, you did it, and he was like, oh look, I beat it. Just silent.
Yeah. We still have no idea that he actually beat it. Other than him saying, oh yeah, I beat it. But... That was absolutely... That game is the most impossible thing I've ever seen, and I'm so glad that I've never tried to play it.
I will probably never try to play it either. That's all.
Oh, right. I just realized it wasn't... Minecraft Let's Play was my first one I watched. The first time I watched something that was Achievement Hunter or Rooster Teeth related was they had the, They had, like, this April Fool's Day or something or another where it was, like, the quest through YouTube. And...
I watched that.
And it was the something controller, and they went through, and it was Michael and Lindsay playing a game together.
That was so adorable. I'd forgotten all about that.
And that's when I saw that, and then I was like, wait, what is this? And then I was like, this is hilarious. I like these people. I don't even know who these are, but I like them. And then afterwards, like, it linked me to a video. It was a Minecraft video, and I was like, wait, this is Gavin?
Yeah, that was a good... Was that April Fool's? I don't remember what that was. But that was good. I remember that. I remember that video.
And we're now down to the last video of the week, which will be Minecraft 107.
Oh my god, I'm so thrilled that they moved back to exploring. Their exploring videos have always been my favorites. All the way back to when they were doing, like, exploring horses and the updates and, like, just them walking around in Minecraft and doing the stupidest stuff is always my favorite. That Halo pack is gorgeous as well.
It
like
is.
the whole everything about it is so pretty. And I've of course played almost every Halo game, so I know a lot of the maps. So just seeing them, like, just walking around and seeing them be like, oh my god, this is this is absolutely the best. And their freaking laughter and everything is always so cool. Though I have to say, they died so many times. I was like,
they did.
How are you dying? You're starving to death and you're falling off of ledges. It's like, you're not dying by monsters, you're dying by your own selves. How are you doing this?
No, that map was really low on, like animals.
Yeah, it was. It didn't seem to have very many animals at all. I love that the creeper is the exact same, only a brown. It's like the exact same
a little bit
creature.
darker.
Yeah. I have no idea what this is supposed to be, but it's just a creeper, only brown. But...
Yeah.
And I love that they're holing up in blue base. No, is it red base? I don't remember which base they're holing up in. The one Jeff was so mad.
They were holding up in blue base.
They're
and
in
he's
blue
like,
base.
And he was like, Ryan, quick question. Why the fuck are we in blue base?
It's like, why are you in the exact opposite place of the place you should be?
Yeah.
Poor Jeff, man.
And then he tries to go, do you ever wonder why why I hired you? Yes. And he's like, no, don't you fucking do that.
Don't you make another red versus blue joke. Don't you dare do it.
Yeah.
I did spend a lot of general British fans fell in love with this Minecraft just for the fact that it's a red versus blue themed map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see them do an old video of red versus blue, like the first episode, only in Minecraft. That would be...
I would fucking love that.
That would make me... I would be like, oh my god, please do that. Because that... First of all, that Minecraft map is amazing. It actually looks like Halo, almost to the T. And the fact that it would be so similar, the only difference would be the carrot, like the blockiness, would make my day. I would love to see them trying to do like a sniper shot. Like they're zooming in with a sniper. That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
So, it's been a alright week then.
Yeah.
For all the 200 videos, and that is at time for the episode. So, bye guys. Tune in next week to the AH Let's Talk podcast. And we're done.
Bye!
Let's stop.